Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. My name is Trent of trenttokens.com. I'm a really big fan of the game called True Dungeon and a very avid collector of tokens, which you can see some of back here. This is a really special episode. This is happening on Sunday, May 12th. Normally I do episodes on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, but we're doing this show Sunday at 6 p.m. because it's Mother's Day, and our very special guest is the mother of True Dungeon, Lori Martin. Oh, it's going to be awesome. But before we get to that, I want to talk about a couple of things. First, we need to do... actually, I think I need to turn off my fans. Why don't we do that? Everybody just relax. We're going to turn off all my fans. I have like 50 fans here. All right, so today, besides the very special episode with Lori Martin, the mother of True Dungeon, I'm doing a drawing. I'm actually doing two drawings. Now, just in case you happen to be watching and you're not sure about these drawings, there were two. The first one is going to be for everyone who has made a purchase at trenttokens.com between May 24th of... I'm sorry, not May 24th. Is that it? May 14th, sorry. May 14th of 2023 to May 11th of 2024 at 11:59 p.m. So if you made a purchase, it doesn't matter what it is. There's even free things on the site. That counts. You are entered automatically, and there's going to be 3 prizes, first, second, third. You'll see what those prizes are at the end of the show. Now, the next one is the big grand poobah. It's the 7th anniversary in May for Trent Tokens. So thank you all for 7 wonderful years. And to celebrate that, I'm going to be giving away 7 prizes. The final big grand prize is a golden ticket. We'll talk about the other prizes as well at the end of the show. But you must be watching the show live in order to win one of those 7 prizes. I see people already doing it in chat. There's a pinned link. Hopefully everyone can find it. If not, somebody in chat can help you. Click that link, and it's a quick little survey. It's just your name and email, and I'll draw those names, and whoever wins, I'll say, okay, it says Bob1234. Bob1234, are you there? Bob1234 needs to say, yes, that's me. And I'll say, great, you win this prize. And then we'll keep going. If you don't respond in chat, I don't know that you're watching live. So that's how that works. One final thing, little housekeeping. Please do that clicking and liking and subscribing and help spread the love of True Dungeon, because that's how YouTube works. I appreciate that very much. But without further ado, let's get right to it. Everyone, please say hello to the mother of True Dungeon, Lori Martin. Oh, the audience loves you. Look at them clapping. Oh, man. Are we back? Are we back? Hello? Hello? Lori? Oh, my God. I don't think it was you. I think it was me. So let me... It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody's probably freaking out in chat. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to get this connected. Hopefully everybody can connect again. Hopefully everyone can reconnect. Sorry, not sure what happened. All right, we're back. Okay, good. All right, so I think we're back.
I'm back. You're back.
Yeah, we see
Anybody
Lori.
with us?
Yeah, I don't know. As soon as you connected, it froze, but then my stream seemed to freeze. So I don't think it was just you. I think it was me. Okay. It wasn't you. All right. So everybody in chat, my apologies, but that's the fun of doing a live show.
That's how we get around that whole you must be present to win, and we kick you all out.
Yeah. Only the true people who are really really committed are here. All right. So yes, welcome, Lori, the mother of True Dungeon. And I see that everybody in chat is saying we're back, so that's great. I wanted to... One of the first things I do is say hello to people who are in chat. So hello, everybody in chat. And typically I read the names, but there's too many to read. Oh, my God. So just hello, everybody. I'll just say hello, everyone. So yes.
First, I thought it was because it was me, but I think it's the awesome prizes that you're giving away.
You know, that's what it's for. The prizes are to spread the love of True Dungeon, because I have been blessed. I have plenty of tokens, as you can see back here, and the reason I started my website was to sell the extras and to connect consigners with each other. So it's okay. I love giving things. Seeing other people smile makes me smile. So
I agree. Just make sure you always give away good stuff when I'm on, so it looks like my shows are really the draw.
I believe the highest rated shows have been the last one you were on and this one. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now,
coincidence? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So now, hopefully everybody in chat heard me. Yes, I think so, because I think I talked about this before going out, but
yeah.
I'll periodically remind everyone, click the pinned link, and that will enter you into the must be live to win drawing, and the other drawing we'll do at the end. But let's get to this exciting interview with Lori. Now, Lori, for those that I don't think anybody's watching doesn't know this, but you are married to Jeff Martin, who created True Dungeon, and
yep.
We're going to chat about how in the heck you endured that man, and the early years of True Dungeon, and where we are now, and where you may think we're heading. But what I love to do before I get going with questions, I have one big question I love asking True Dungeon people. For anyone who has never heard of True Dungeon, how would you describe True Dungeon?
Okay, so I do get asked that a lot. So usually what I say is, if they're not really a gamer, I say, do you know about escape rooms? Oh yeah, I know what those are. So I say, well, it's kind of like an escape room, except for we have 7 rooms or 4, depending on if it's a full or a conquest adventure. Where you work with the other people in your group on a 12-minute time schedule to solve puzzles, fight monsters, and it's based on D&D, and people seem to really love it, and you should give it a try. Okay,
now you just said face monsters. Is that because of the region of where you were brought up, or did I just hear wrong? Did you say monsters or monsters?
Monsters.
Oh, okay. Sounds like monsters to me, but it's okay.
I might have, but yeah, I would say monsters. Maybe it's my Southern Illinois accent.
Does a person from Southern Illinois have an accent? I feel like that
especially
is just...
the more tired the person gets, she definitely does. We're probably 45 minutes to an hour from Paducah, Kentucky, and man, you cross that river and it's amazing. But yeah, I think a lot of people here, when I go home up north where I grew up, people think I have a really strong Southern accent. So, but I don't at all.
I don't hear. I am from the real South. I was born in Florida, raised in Southern Georgia, so I shouldn't sound like this. But I started to practice in high school. Our English teachers said, "Who wants to live here forever, or who wants to leave, and go somewhere else?" I raised my hand that I did not want to be there forever, and she said, "You have to, work on your
to
your
get
speaking.
rid of that accent."
Yeah. So my big one was get, like, I'm going to go get something, and it was just normal. So I would just walk around going get to get rid of get. Oh yeah. So anyway, enough about how I say get. All right. So that's a good explanation. I like that as well. I didn't really have a lot of experience with escape rooms, and actually still don't, but they've become more prevalent nowadays versus when I first started. So I think escape room theme D&D, I think, is a pretty good connection there. All right, so it sounds like Pick is saying she totally has a Southern accent to my ears. Wow, interesting. Now, Pick, do I have a Southern accent to your ears? Wade doesn't think there's a strong Southern accent. Peter K, there's my buddy Peter. Hi. Tears from New York. And Aaron, hello. And hello, everybody. I'm sorry I can't say everybody's names. That'd be kind of crazy nowadays.
I will say this, if I have a few drinks or if I'm really tired or you combine both those, I definitely get more Southern. I will add syllables. Jeff always jokes about table because one time I like made it a multi-syllabic word. I think I said table, and so he always, if I say something about the table now, he will say the what, and I'll say the table.
The table, yeah. That drawl, the Southern drawl, you know, y'all. All right, so let's get to our icebreaker questions. I love these because it really kind of sets the tone, and we can get some insight into the human that you are. All right, so here we go. These are very high level, social, politically oriented questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite color?
Purple and blue.
Holy crap, that's kind of like the theme of my show, purplish and bluish. Yeah. So, correct. Favorite book or movie?
I read a lot, but probably To Kill a Mockingbird. I really like that book.
Wow.
I've read it several times.
That's cool. We never had books growing up because we were po, but they gave us a little tiny To Kill a Mockingbird when I think in the 11th grade. It's like one of the first books I've ever read. Very cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of historical fiction lately. And favorite movie, Pretty Woman.
Really? Oh, okay.
Because I saw it being filmed. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, that's very cool. I was an extra on a film, the Runaway Bride. Yeah, so I saw her then. Yep. Okay. And I also saw the gentleman, what's his name? Richard Gere.
Yeah.
And I turned, for a brief moment, I loved a man. Because I saw him get out of the car and his hair like blew in the wind. And prior to that, I have been attracted to women. And after that, I was attracted to women. For that brief moment,
just for that,
I was attracted to him. That's a handsome man. He was ridiculously handsome. I'm not embarrassed to say it.
I was in L.A. with my brother and some friends of theirs. We were staying with them. And anyway, someone called and said, hey, I know you have friends from Illinois here. They're like filming something down here. You should come down. And so the brother and I went down there, and it was the scene where Richard Gere pulls that car over to the curb.
Hollywood Boulevard,
comes over and bends down and talks to him.
Toward the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, and we watched it like over and over.
Yep, there's multiple takes, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and after a while, but you didn't know anybody who was there. You know, we had no clue. And then it kind of got a little boring. And so he's like, all right, well, let's go kind of walk around. And he had some kind of badge. And we just walked like straight back into the backlot stuff. And we walked past this woman, and he goes, Richard Gere must be on this movie because that's his wife. And I was like, okay.
Oh, so he didn't even know how
and
to do a movie.
So then I saw this movie with Richard Gere. I saw a preview for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the movie. So,
that's cool. That's cool. All right, that's excellent. All right, so that's correct. Correct favorite movie. Last show you binge watched. If you binge watched.
I don't know if this counts, but we kind of binge watched the last season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
You saw the final episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
All
good.
Right. Cats or dogs?
I'm good with either. We've always had dogs. Yeah, but I mean, Drake and Sarah have a couple cats. I like cats, but we have one geriatric dog left at this point. So.
Okay. All right. Also correct. Speaking of pets, what was the name of your first pet?
I think we had, when I was little, I think we had a collie named Shep.
Shep?
Yeah, I think that was his name.
Okay. All right. That sounds like one of the Three Stooges, I think. All right. Favorite type of music?
80s music, probably. I really kind of like all music.
Okay.
But if you go to my car, chances are it's going to be on 70s on 7, 80s on 8, and maybe 90s on 9.
I see what you
Usually
did
80s.
there. I see what you did
Yeah.
there. Okay, that is correct. Favorite food?
I mean, look at me. I like all food, but I like a really good, like if I'm going out, a really good steak.
For everybody in the chat, remember that she said that her favorite is
really good steak.
A really good steak. So Sean says Shep equals Beatles. Okay. Hep the Dragon says that I'm busting out the security questions. So now you can all figure out how to break into Lori's account.
Yes. Would you like my mother's maiden name also?
And your social, please. All right, one final question for the icebreakers. These seem to be harder than I anticipated. Favorite hobby?
I'd have to pick 2. I would say knitting or reading, and some of which I do at the same time, which is a little weird, but...
Very cool. Very cool. Is that Jeff going, hey, I'm hungry?
That is actually, you were very close. It's one of the kids. It's Avery going, hey, I'm hungry.
Well, is she really saying
Jeff
that?
Watching? Can you see if he's in the
Jeff,
in the
if
chat?
you're watching, somebody feed...
Call Avery.
Yeah, somebody call Avery and feed her. She's hungry. All right. Speaking of the chat, if anybody didn't catch what I said earlier, click on the pinned link if you would like to participate in the live drawing. But it's very important. You must be here when I do the drawing. And when I say, okay, Bob, 1, 2, 3, 4, are you there? Bob 1, 2, 3, 4 needs to say, yes, I'm here. And then that's how we know who you are and that you're watching live. All right. Now,
that guy keeps winning. He wins everything.
Who's that? Say
Bob
again?
1, 2, 3, 4. He keeps winning everything.
Yeah, it's also like John Doe. So yeah, poor Bob.
Okay.
So speaking of Avery, that is one of your children, and the other one is Drake. Drake is older, right? And then Avery.
Yep.
And today is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes.
And to my wife, happy Mother's Day, honey.
Yes, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, Jen.
Yeah, she, she got some chocolate covered strawberries and some flowers and some gifts that she doesn't like and will return no matter what we get her. She returns them. So yeah, she doesn't. We might be horrible at picking things. That could be it. Now, speaking of Mother's Day, it's amazing that you were able to do the show here, to take some time out of your busy day to do the show. Did you do anything special, or will you do anything special? Did the kids do anything? Tell me, Mother's Day, what's happening with you?
Well, you can tell them why we had to move the show from yesterday.
You can if you want.
We had it scheduled for yesterday.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I went, and Drake's college graduation was yesterday. So we moved the show to today. More authentic Mother's Day. Yeah, I'm no worse. Okay, so I'm going to totally tell on myself now since we're in the Lori's the Worst.
Okay, great.
So I have a friend whose kid, who also works for us part-time, he was graduating yesterday. And she had texted me because there's 2 different ceremonies. So she texted me and said, what time is Drake's graduation? And I said, his is the same as your son's at 2:00. And she was like, okay, cool. And then we saw the kids and we said, we're going to be there at 1:30 and it starts at 2:00. That should give us plenty of time to get there. Nobody said anything. So I have it in my head. It's 2:00, right? So we get there and we go in and there's like, you can hear speaking and clapping. Oh my God.
No.
I got the time wrong. It was at 1:00.
Holy crap. Thankfully you're in the M's, right?
Well, all we missed was speeches. They hadn't even started because they do the PhDs and then the masters, and they hadn't even started the PhDs yet. So we got to see all that. But yeah, we were a half hour late so yeah, it was.
All right. So I want to point out to everyone in the audience and anyone who's watching this in the future, I believe one of the main things that Lori does is organize things for True Dungeon. So Yeah.
Not very well.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, I really like, you forgot that your son was graduating from college, and then you messed up the time, and I had to move the show, which is fine, but still. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I know. I'm awful.
Oh,
awful.
man. Well, now Jeff doesn't sound so bad because, normally he's normal and, pretty weird.
I was talking to my brother earlier today, and he said, "Oh, what time is the show?" And I was like, 5 Central, I think. And he's like, "You think you better check to make sure you're not doing so hot with the
I know.
time."
I should have texted you. Maybe, maybe next time I'll text you.
I did make it on plenty of time. I was here on time for the tech check, and
but good.
I just totally blanked. I had Drake's graduation on the calendar as Sunday, so when you and I talked, I said, "Sure, let's do it Saturday." And then I think Jeff and I were talking about something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have scheduled Trent's thing the same day as Drake's graduation."
All right, well, now I want to out you again. Last year we had scheduled to do the show, and I was about to announce it. Mother's Day show is probably on Saturday because Mother's Day is Sunday. And then a day or two before I was going to announce it, you told me that you can't do the show because Drake is taking you on a cruise or something.
Yeah, I mean, Drake and I and his girlfriend Sarah, we went on this cruise a year ago. We actually left a year ago today. It popped up on my Facebook. Or we probably left the day before. But anyway, we went on this cruise to the Greek Isles, Italy and Greece. And, but I really think the only reason I went was because I paid.
Oh,
so I don't know that
so they
really
took you, but you paid.
Cruising with me, but
I have a couple of sons too, so I understand. So it's okay. That's a good excuse to miss my show. No problem. I think I went to the bench.
Yes, I did have to excuse myself from your show last year. So
well, so I'm glad you could make it. I'd love to make this a yearly tradition. We could talk bad about Jeff once a year and see how the kids are doing.
Yeah.
So speaking of the kids, but in the before times, before Jeff and the kids, you lived somewhere and grew up and went to school and had a family prior to that. Where did you grow up, and how was all that childhood stuff for you?
Yeah, so I grew up in a town northwest of Peoria, Illinois, called Kewanee, Illinois. And actually, Jeff spent a good chunk of his childhood in the same town. But it's a small town, 15,000 people, so pretty small town. But I lived there with my parents, and I have 3 older brothers. 2 of them were in high school when I was born. So one of them actually, I was born in February, and he graduated high school in May. So we didn't really grow up in the same house, I guess. I mean, we did, but, we didn't because they were so older. Yeah.
Got it.
But the crazy thing is we're all 3 of us, or all 4 of us, are incredibly close. So
you mean like kind to each other?
Yeah, like we talk
or physically
every day.
You live near each other?
No, we don't live near. One's in Oregon, one's in California, one's in Northern Illinois where we grew up, and then I'm down here in Southern Illinois. So, but yeah, we all talk like every day. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Which is funny because when you tell people that, they think that's so crazy and just unbelievable. But to me, it's completely normal. Like,
interesting. Yeah, people are different.
If something happened and I said to any of my 3 brothers, like I need some help here. I need somebody to come here and help me. They would be on a plane and nothing flat.
Wow.
And they know the same is reciprocal. So.
That is so nice. Yeah. Let's hope that Avery and Drake are like that as they grow up.
Yeah.
That they still like each other.
So. Some days, she is a teenage girl, so some days.
Some days. When you were growing up, did you ever play any board games or any type of gaming thing? Was that in your life at all?
My family was more of like card players. So they would, we played cards. My family plays a game called Pitch. I've heard other people call it High-Low Jack in the Game. And then we play a game called Skit Scat that's for money, but we only do with quarters, so it's not like big money, but yeah, more card players than
quarters can add up.
Yeah. My mom really got into Scrabble for a time period, so we would always play Scrabble.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think maybe when we were like in school or gone for the day, she must have just read the dictionary because she had all these words that, you could use to use up all the really good tiles, and then you'd challenge her and she'd flip through the dictionary and be like, "Here you go.
She was
There
ready
is."
for those challenges. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
By the way, I just completely forgot. I mean, I have so many questions for you that we also have potentially questions in the chat. So hello everyone in chat. I'm going to do a quick little scroll here. If you have any questions for Lori about anything, life, True Dungeon, crazy, Jeff, whatever it is, I'm scrolling here. Just if you wouldn't mind, type the word question and then type your question, and then I will try to find them and share them, and we can try to get them answered. All right, so I'm going here. So I see people talking about the accents, and I see roses. Hello, everybody! It's so great. This is definitely the most. This makes me think I should probably do more giveaways. I have so many people in chat. I can do that. What do you? In the chat, please tell me what you think. Do you think I should do like monthly giveaways? If so, let me know. So here we go with some questions for Lori.
Who doesn't like free stuff?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I
everybody
guess
likes
so.
free stuff.
Yeah, I love sharing. I love making people happy. So it sounds like this is good. All right, so Bus 20 Financial Accounting SJSU has a question. How do you and Jeff come up with the idea for the True Dungeon storylines? That's making an assumption there, but
I don't at all. That's not my that's not my wheelhouse. Sometimes Jeff he'll be like, okay, I need a puzzle, and like I'm thinking about this, and then I'll throw out some really like horrible ideas that don't even make any kind of sense. But it serves a purpose in that, like, it's kind of hard for other people to do that because they feel like he's always shooting down their ideas. But I'm like, no, see, our purpose is whatever you say leads him to some kind of like light bulb moment, and then he's where he needs to be. So yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever had any kind of input for like, I don't think anything I ever was like, oh, this would be cool, and then he's like, oh yeah, that made the cut.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes my bad ideas lead him to, because I'm not don't hold this against me. I'm not a gamer. I don't play D&D. So, it's just like, it doesn't even really make a whole lot of sense to me. So when he's talking about stuff, but I mean, after 20 years, it makes a little more sense than it did in the early days. But now he's got a good mix of people that he can kind of throw those ideas,
Okay.
It's like the proverbial wall that you're trying to throw something till it sticks. And so, yeah.
Got it. Well, I'm sure you've helped him tweak something with some ideas. All right, so Sean asked, what is your favorite part of being Queen Bee of True Dungeon? That's another good title, Queen Bee.
I've been called worse, so I think I probably say this all the time, and people maybe think it's disingenuous, but it's really not. It's the community. Like when we go to a show and you see people and they're just like, hey, and they're hugging and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. What have you been up to? And that is just, or to see people that we actually just recently had a few people that went on vacation together. And Jeff and I were doing some college visits on the east side of the world of the country, and we saw like a Facebook post or something, and I was like, that is so cool that they are such good friends now. And I think they met through True Dungeon, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's where they met. And they're vacationing together, and it's just it's the community for sure.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you there. So this is a politically oriented question. Caroline Cutry asks, Team Gibgub or Team Grunnell? Are you familiar with the rivalry?
I am. Yes, I am. That is really hard for me to answer, but I would have to say right now, I would say Grunnell. But I have a feeling that Gibgub is going to make a run for some things here.
Okay.
There were some shenanigans around here last week that I think, I think it's going to pick up. So,
okay.
Like a mom, it's hard to pick a favorite. So.
I got it. All right. So Myron asks, hello, Myron. Let's see. Do you have a favorite con or dungeon?
Well, I really enjoy Gamehole Con. I will say that because it's definitely a lot more relaxed for us. But as far as like the volume of people, once we get past Thursday, I really like Gen Con because there's so many people that we see there. So, because it's our adventures are a lot, our offerings are a lot more, our volunteers are a lot more. So, Gen Con is a lot more stress and work for me than Gamehole Con is. So it's kind of a mixed, but then you see so many more people at Gen Con. But probably overall for me, Gamehole Con is really, it's pretty chill and relaxing, and any kind of problems that we run into, they're easy to fix. And so, yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Dennis Chitko asked an extremely important question. Why no Lori tokens? Drake has tokens. Avery has tokens. When do we get a Lori token? Or would it be too powerful?
I think that's probably what it would be, right? I don't know. I kind of like to tease about that every time Jeff's doing development. I'm like, oh, where's the token for me? So he says, well, all the tokens are for you. So.
Oh, now that sounds like a wonderful question or a response.
Yeah, I mean,
there.
we've almost been married 30 years, so he knows how to spin.
Wow, 30 years. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let me try to find the next question here. Ian didn't say the word question, but I caught it anyway. Where in the world does Lori want to visit?
That I haven't already visited.
It does imply that, I think. Want to visit, but maybe somewhere where you've been before. You could infer differently.
Wow, that's a good question.
Man, good questions from the audience here. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Maybe I would say Costa Rica. I've never been there. Alex from Gamehole Con, he's a big fan of Costa Rica. They go there, and I've seen photos and stuff, so that's kind of looks like a beautiful place. There's some other places that I think, I'd like to go there, but then I'm like, I kind of think I'm maybe past my adventurous traveling, so and there's a lot of places that I would absolutely love to go back to. I'd love to go back to Hawaii. I'd love to go back to Italy. Lots of places in Europe I'd like to go back to. So, yeah. But having never been, I would say maybe Costa Rica.
All right. I've never been to Costa Rica. That sounds cool. All right. So let me see here if... Oh, man, so many questions. I don't think we're going to get to any of mine. That's okay. The Instant Classic, great name, asks, if you weren't working with Jeff on True Dungeon, what would you be doing instead? Ooh, philosophical question.
Wow. Well, not really before, but during my time at True Dungeon, I did take a job at the university, but at the airport, because we have an aviation school there. And I really enjoyed that. I've worked at a couple different departments at the university over the years since I finished my degrees. I worked in human resources for quite a while, and I liked that. But then when I worked in aviation, that was fun because it was, I was like the assistant to the chair. So I was dealing with, a lot of administrative stuff. And I liked that though, because I had some interaction with the students because we did the FAA testing. So they had to come through me to get that scheduled, the pre-tests and stuff. So that was kind of fun because I had never really had that interaction with students before. So one of my jobs when I was just out of grad school, was teaching at the junior college in a business class, and I really enjoyed that. So probably something academic wise, maybe.
Okay, academia. I would see that. All right, so Rob Ramsey asks, Lori is awesome, crops up at many conventions. When did that first become a thing at conventions?
I think, oh my gosh. I don't know, but I think, and I hope I'm not going to say this wrong, but I think Rob Elstro brought buttons to Gen Con one time that said Lori is awesome.
Oh, it was a white button with black text, right?
Yeah. I was thinking I might have one here, but I don't. Yeah, I think, and I'm not sure how that really even came to pass, honestly, that started.
Okay. So
but
we're
then
not
I know
sure.
Chad took his and he wrote not. So his said Lori is not awesome.
Right.
So that kind of started the whole, but yeah, how that got started, I don't even really remember.
Grassroots effort. Got it.
I guess.
All right. So Tanya asks, do you enjoy going to all the different conventions? Now, Tanya is the one, the contact for San Japan. Right.
Yeah, so I do. I always joke that I wish I could just on like Wednesday night drive to Terre Haute or something and just stay there for 24 hours and then come back to Indy like Thursday night. Because Wednesday night to Thursday night is a really, for me anyway, it's just a extremely stressful 24 hours. Because it's like everybody's kind of getting their feet under them, remembering how to do things. And the older I get, the longer it takes me to remember how to do some of these things that we only do once a year or, a couple times a year. I really enjoyed going to PAX. So San Japan, being in San Antonio, I love that city, the city walk, the river walk, and that whole area like that. I loved those shows because we could enjoy the place that they were. I think as we've, come along these 20 years, that we've gotten to the point and we've gotten people, around us that Jeff and I can kind of back off a little bit and go out and, sometimes it was like, oh, I've been to Columbus, but I've seen nothing but the conventions, it's nice that now I do like it when we can kind of get out and see what's around the city. And usually I don't like to go early or stay late, because go early, you're just trying to make sure you don't forget anything here. And by the time it's done, I'm just ready to get home. So I don't want to stay late and explore or anything. So I do like going to the shows.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm hoping San Japan becomes our new Texas convention. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's exciting because that's such a great, every time we went there, we really enjoyed San Antonio.
Yeah, me too. Speaking of San Antonio, Sean Hanlon, this is almost not a question, but I'm going to ask it out of the goodness of my heart. Sean Hanlon, so think about who's asking this question, says, has Lori ever considered conquering Jeff and taking over True Dungeon?
No, because then your adventures would be like about knitting and books.
And chickens.
They would have no relevant content to D&D. So I have a feeling I would drive it into the ground like a sledgehammer. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Great. All right. So there you go, Sean. There's your answer to that one. All right. So Raven, who's my favorite, hello Raven, question: as a mother, how did you manage juggling young kids and a dungeon-obsessed husband? I remember you pushing a stroller at some of the early Gen Cons while trying to catch up to Jeff. What an image.
Yeah, so we're on, this is 21 this year, right? And Drake is
this is 21, right?
He'll be 23 this year, so it's been most of his life and all of Avery's, really. I don't know, Raven. That's really the honest answer, is that especially 06, that's probably the one you're thinking of. So I had Avery in July, Had a C-section for both the kids. So I had a C-section the beginning of July, and then we had Gen Con. And
Yikes, that's a month later.
I don't even know how that one happened. Like, a lot of the time I had her kind of like strapped to my body with one of those, crazy baby wrap things. A roommate from college came with me, and she would kind of take the kids around and do stuff, and then bring the baby to me when I need it, when she needed me. And but yeah, it was, I don't know how we did it with
persistence and
but
grit.
we did. I mean, yeah, people do stuff all the time that you're just like, how did that work? How did you make it? I don't know. You just do.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Next question. I see a lot of people screaming about the GameholeCon. That's wonderful. And let's see. Question from Chris Amir. Question: have you ever been to Croatia? If not, you need to go. That's more like a declaration.
Yeah, I've seen, actually on our cruise that we did, there was another kind of a similar cruise, and it stopped in, I believe it's called Split, Croatia. And I have a friend that is honeymooning there right now, and it does look beautiful. So yeah, that wouldn't be off the list for sure.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it does look beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So this might be a good time to remind everybody, if you would like to participate in the live drawing at the end of the show, click on the pinned link, the link that is pinned in chat. Just fill that out, and then at the end, when I draw the names, I'll need you to respond that you are Bob1234, the potential winner. And speaking of YouTube stuff, please click like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I think if just a small portion of the True Dungeon audience liked and subscribed the show, we would really spread the love of True Dungeon. And I'm positive, because I too, the most favorite thing about the community, or about True Dungeon rather, is the community as well. I really want more people to know about it, because it's just the most amazing thing to me that so many people can come together, and there's so many aspects of the game. You can just play once a year with a 10-pack, or you can go nuts like me and try to collect all the tokens. So it's just an amazing thing. So please click like, subscribe, and share, and all that other good YouTube stuff. All right, so let me jump back to the chat here. Let's see. The Instant Classic says, my wife is a teacher. Teachers are awesome. I did many years teaching as well. Pick asked a question that I think I can figure out the answer to. Do you participate in any other events at conventions TD attends?
Nope.
It's impossible, right?
Well, I do. I've been known to go into the dealer hall. Usually Sunday at Gen Con, sometimes on Saturday at GameholeCon, and drop some cash on gifts.
Okay.
Because I can buy board games or whatever and use as gifts.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
I like it. That's great. Okay, cool. That's participating. That's part of a convention. All right. So Thorman asks, what advice would you give to a first-time player live? Last week was my first online play. Wow. Thorman, welcome to True Dungeon. Oh, my God. You are who we're trying to find. Now tell everybody else how much you love it. So his question again, what advice would you give to a first-time player when they're playing live, I guess?
I think the big thing, it goes back to that community again. So if you have questions, or, just ask the forums, Discord. There's always somebody that is going to be so helpful, which is awesome, because, it's not like, oh, this is our gaming group and we don't want anybody else to, it's so amazing to me that it's just like, like I saw someone post on a question on Facebook, and then Belinda and several other people were giving these great answers. So you're always going to find somebody that's going to give you some great answers. I would say don't stress about it. Like, just have fun. It's a game, and just go to have fun. And, if you're looking for a certain group or whatever, just get the word out. And the community is so amazing. You're going to probably find lifelong friends here if you want to. if you don't want to,
If that's your
okay
thing,
too.
right?
Yeah, for sure. It's not like you're gonna have to join this cult now. It's not
Right.
like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many amazing people that it is just a wonderful community, and yeah, that's I would
Great
say no matter
advice.
what you need, you're gonna find it around here.
Great advice. I would definitely suggest the same. And exactly what I did. I lurked in the forums for a while before posting, and I asked my first question, and then the rest is history. All right, so let me try to scroll up and try to find more questions here. All right, so the next question comes from Jeff Clemens. What was your reaction when Jeff first pitched the idea of True Dungeon to you?
Well, we went to Indianapolis. We went over there to meet with some of the Gen Con folks because Jeff had kind of done this. He would have he called it Jeff Con. It's a group of them that always gamed, and they would go to the conventions together, and then people start moving away and getting married and having kids, and anyway, it was just hard to get together. So he was like, okay, we're gonna have our own thing, and he was gonna set up this for their D&D game. They were gonna have this one final room or whatever, and it was gonna have he was gonna build the puzzles and have them actually do it instead of at a table. So then that kind of balloons up a little bit, and Peter gets invited to Jeff Con. He comes to Jeff Con, and then he asks if Jeff can do this on a little bigger scale. I'm still kind of thinking okay, whatever. And anyway, we go to Indy, and we go to this ballroom in the Hyatt, and this is where this thing is going to be. And Jeff's walking around. We're both walking around this ballroom, and it was cavernous. It seemed so huge to me, which is funny now. And so we were kind of off in one corner of the ballroom, and the Gen Con folks were off in the opposite corner. And I just kind of meandered over to him, and I'm like, what? What are you doing? Are you in over your head here? I don't think this is... are you in over your head? And he was like, the way I remember it, which could be completely wrong, is he's like, absolutely, but we're totally doing this. And I'm thinking, okay. And that first year was so mishmash. I mean, it was when you're in college and, you're moving, when you're young and you got a friend that's moving. And so everybody goes and helps move for beer and pizza and stuff. So every time we had helped anybody move, we called those favors in big time, man. We're like, okay, you need to come in and help.
Remember that
it was
time?
all just our friends. And and it was so unbelievable that it worked out. I mean,
21 years ago.
Crazy.
Yeah, very crazy. All right, let's see. We got another. Let me find more questions here. Thank you, everybody, for being quite participating. I think I just made up a word there.
I like it, though. Participatorily. Yeah. I like that.
All right, so let's hear. This isn't a question, but it's a wonderful statement. Aaron says Trent is a genuine good guy. All right, Aaron. All
Absolutely,
right.
Aaron.
Remind me to draw your name. Let's see.
Now you're gonna draw it. It's gonna be so awkward.
Oh, that's gonna be funny.
You better just say Bob 1, 2, 3 if it's Aaron.
It's the computer, not me. And Belinda blushes. Belinda, you are awesome. Definitely one of the awesome helpers. All right, so I keep looking for. Okay, here we go. One more question, and then we're going to go to my questions. And so we got some photos that I want to show as well.
Yes.
Gilstrive has a question. What was your reaction when Jeff was asked to be in the movie Gamers Hands of Fate?
I mean, I don't know. Probably none, really.
She cares not for Jeff. You should know this by now.
That sounds so awful, doesn't it? I had no reaction, Gilstrive. I probably didn't really have. It was, we have a lot of, I don't know how to say this really, but we have a lot of stuff that comes up because of this True Dungeon thing that it's almost like, does it even faze me? You know, like if he came in and said, you know, I don't know, said something really outlandish, I'm not even sure I would even like blink and just be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And here's the thing though, is that like 90% of the time, the stuff that's like, hey, this might happen, or that, you know, this could be a thing, it never comes to fruition. So there's like a lot of, you know, this could be a thing, and then it just fizzles out before it actually happens. So probably when he said he was going to be in this movie, I was probably like, yeah, okay, sure you are. But Rennie was involved in that, and he had been with, I think he was, I'm pretty sure Rennie was involved with that. So yeah, it seems like, yeah, it's just, it was, you know, it was during Gen Con. So for me, I was focused on Gen Con. Like he'd go do his stuff with the movie. I got to deal with all this because yeah.
Well, you've been on a Richard Gere set, so, you know, it's who cares? No big deal, right? I mean, it's small potatoes. All right, so thank you, everybody in chat. Speaking of chat, let me remind everyone, please click the link that is pinned. That's how you enter to be part of the live drawing. You must click that link to be in the live drawing, and then when I choose the name, you must type in chat that you are that person. I need to connect the dots here. And maybe a good reminder as well, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do that. But I would like to go to something else that I like. I have some photos from you, and this is the early days of you and Jeff, I assume, right? It looks like a Christmas photo.
I think that is our first Christmas after we got married. So it'd be Christmas in 1995, wow. I think.
Yeah, that's what I have a little note here that says 1995. So you must have told me that before.
Yeah, that is so crazy.
Wow, look at these two. This, you know what? This looks like definitely the mid 90s because the girl that I was dating at the time had the exact same hair. Exact same
was
hair.
Like that was when you would pull and spray and hold and then let it go, God. And it would stay up there.
And I had the same shirt and the same haircut, but you know, things change.
Yeah, I mean that hair looks very lush and full, and mine is not lush and full anymore either. So
remember that so hair?
Crazy.
Sure, that's crazy. So speaking of the early days, how did you and Jeff meet? How did you guys start dating?
It was a classic case of workplace sexual harassment.
Oh,
yeah, we worked together.
We
worked at a movie theater. He was the manager. I was a lowly concession girl, but I really wanted to get moved up to the box office.
Okay.
And
the rest is history, right?
Yeah, the rest is history. Well, we had that connection where we had grown up in the same hometown, but didn't know each other then at all. I think he moved down here. I think he was a sophomore in high school. So he, you know, and actually his brother is a year older than me. So we very likely could have, if they had stayed, we could have known each other in high school. Doug and I, not Jeff and I, because Jeff is significantly older than I am.
A lot, clearly. I mean, look at there.
I mean, not really that much. Like 7 years, I think, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember if he's 1 year older than me or a lot of years older than me. I don't know, but I think he's a hair older than me. My hair.
Well, he has a big birthday coming up next year.
Oh, then that means he is 4 years older than me then.
Yeah,
because I'll have a big birthday in 4 years. Okay, so he's just a hair older. Now,
so you're closer to my age than his then.
Well, there we go. Now maybe that's why I recognize that hair so much, because I definitely live that hair. So speaking of beautiful people, what in the world is going on here?
So before we lived where we currently live, we lived in a neighborhood and we had these dinner clubs. And one of our neighbors, it was like one couple would host and they would kind of they would like pick the theme, and then they would provide, I think you provided like the main dish and the alcohol or the
Okay.
beverages, and then everybody else kind of kicked in side dishes
Okay.
and desserts and stuff. And one time one of our neighbors did a murder mystery. I think she had October, and she did a murder mystery,
Mm-hmm.
and she needed some people to do characters, so Jeff and I were both characters. Because we
Wow.
had the goods for costumes and such.
Very cool. So you
It's
walked
kind of hard
around
to
like,
tell from that picture, but I have like a prosthetic on my nose and on my chin, and
okay, I see it. That so
it was
you walked
fun.
around and did acting. You were actors.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, cool, cool. I've done some murder mysteries before. It's lots of fun.
yeah. It was
Uh,
fun.
all right, so let me check with the chat here. I want to. Okay, everybody. I really love all the participating happening in the chat. There's a scene in the lodge where TD. Okay, great. All right. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Now, eventually, you guys decided to have beautiful children, and here they are.
Yes.
Look at these cute little monkeys. So much
It's
good.
so crazy because that seems like it was just yesterday, but it was so long ago.
Wow. Wow. And so, please.
This was actually right after Avery was born, I think, because we took my mom. We had to take my mom back home because they came down, and then my dad left, and then she stayed with us for a while. And yeah, because Avery was like this totally serious baby that she like didn't respond to, if you like tickled her or anything, she just would have that look on her face. Like
She does have a very serious
mildly
look.
Yeah, she was a very like, I'm mildly irritated with these people, and I think there might have been a mix-up in the nursery.
Oh, hilarious. So speaking of her looks, here's my favorite look from Avery.
One of my very favorites.
Yes, this is her barbarian phase. And for those who
Yeah.
don't know, I assume everyone knows, but if not, Avery is the namesake for Averon's +5 Death Cleaver, which is my preferred weapon as a barbarian. So that's an awesome little thing. So I am wielding her weapon. And here's my second most favorite. Oh, I need to put you in the thing here. Yeah.
That was what I think I could be mixing things up, but I'm pretty sure I have this right. So we somehow Jeff got to be in charge of a family vacation, and we ended up
Okay.
in Wisconsin somewhere. I think it was Wisconsin for a Ren fair. And
Okay.
the best part of it is that we stayed in a hotel that had like, it was like an extended stay place, so it had like a kitchen,
Yeah.
so that I could cook, because I like to cook. I'm like, but I'm on vacation. It had no pool either for the kids, so
Okay.
but yeah, we went to this Ren fair, and Avery got to try on armor, and yeah, I think we told her like make a like a fierce face, and this is what she came up with. And thank goodness somebody
Oh my
had the camera
God.
just perfect, because as a 17-year-old girl, I'm sure this is absolutely one of her favorite photos.
I adore this photo. I don't know if there's a greater photo known to mankind. So
I don't know. It may be the best one ever.
this is absolutely my most favorite photo. This should be everyone's desktop and screensaver and background.
Yeah,
and
she would
everything.
love that.
Oh man! All right, so to not make her have more pain than she already has, let's go to a different photo. This is you guys at the beach somewhere, I guess.
This is actually our family trip to Maui.
Ah, okay.
Jeff and I were in Maui. I saw this on Facebook because it's like the best memory recall that I have. 11 years ago today, Jeff and I were in Maui, and I think a couple of years after that, we decided to go back and take the kids with us. So we went back, and that's our family trip to Maui.
Got it.
It was a fun time.
I've never been to Hawaii. I should check it out.
It's really beautiful. Yeah, we've only been to Maui, but Every island says their island is the best, but I don't
Okay.
think you can go wrong. I like to snorkel, so it's like swimming in a aquarium. So,
Wow.
yeah, that was our family trip to Maui. That's actually right on Front Street in Lahaina where they had the big fire.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, that's where we need to go. We need to do a TD trip there.
Yeah.
Now what's going on here?
So this is oh no, this is I was going to say this was her senior night, but no, she's playing bass drum. So this was probably her sophomore year maybe of band. And they have a thing where it's kind of fun, like they let the parents come and they give a preview of the field show, and then they let the parents go out on the field, and you can they have them do the first movement and then they stop, and then you can go up and take pictures with because
Yeah.
what do high school kids love more than anything? It's their parents sticking a camera in their face.
Right. Being
So he
embarrassed
lets
them.
them that way you can get all the pictures as close as you want, and then
I
you're
see.
done, and
Right.
yeah.
And now this is a more recent photo of Avery.
Yes. She asked me last year if I would like to attend. Her school colors are black and white, so they had a thing called the Black and White Ball. It was a fundraiser for the foundation at the high school, and she asked if I would like to go to that. So Avery and I went and got fancy dresses and got all gussied up and went to the Black and White Ball.
I love it. Very nice. Very nice. Now, here is the handsome son of the group. This is Drake,
Yes.
right?
Mr. Drake, yes.
And what is he doing? Playing something. I assume he's
Playing the
musically
bass
oriented.
guitar. Yes, he loves to play the bass guitar. Jeff and I actually went Friday night to a local establishment and saw him play with a band. He was filling in and playing bass for them. So
Wow.
he's still playing, and yeah.
I feel like I remember when he first started playing. That was just a few years ago, right?
Yeah, so it was kind of weird. He had his 8th grade graduation, and he had, gifts and stuff, whatever, and he had some money, and he said, "Hey, so can I buy something with my 8th grade graduation money?" And I'm like, well, I guess. What do you want? Usually, if they want something and it's reasonable, we get it. And he goes, "I'd like to get a bass guitar." And we were like, "What? Where'd that come from?" He goes, "I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to learn how to play the bass." So I insisted that he have lessons because that seemed to be, I was afraid he would pick up some bad habits or something. So anyway, the kid, he went to 2 lessons, and the guy was like, he's fine. Let him go on his, yeah. He was
Wow.
watching YouTube. He's for the most part, he's self-taught. He did go to music school for college for, kind of a year. He went in the fall of 19, so then in the spring of 20 he got sent home like everyone else with COVID. And then it was all online after that. But yeah, he's pretty much self-taught, and he loves it. He seems, when he played with this band on Friday night, I asked him later, I said, "Did you ever practice with them?" Because I noticed that the guitarist and the lead singer would look at him and he would say, "We're playing this song and in the, key of A." And Drake's like, "Okay." And they'd take off and start going. So I was like, "Did you practice with them?" He goes, "No,
Oh
never."
my God.
Okay.
Wow. Well, he is amazing. He's got his own YouTube channel that I subscribe to. I can't recall it.
Awesome.
Sorry, I can't remember what it is. But I'm sure if you look up Drake and bass on
I think it might be
YouTube.
Drake Martin Bass.
There you go.
That
I
might
knew it
be
was
it.
something with those words in it. So there you
Yeah,
go. Drake
I'm a
Martin bass.
subscriber too, so I don't know the exact name, but yeah, it's
There you go. It's incredible. Yeah, he does some real funky videos.
yeah.
And speaking of him and school, this was yesterday, or
It was yesterday.
yesterday, right? The reason we couldn't do the
Yeah.
show on Saturday.
Yep.
Wow. How
Yeah.
proud are you?
Very much so. It's so weird because, I'm 52, and I don't feel like I don't feel like an adult most of the time.
He
And
used to
so
be
then I
this small.
I know. That's what I see when I think of my kids most of
Yeah.
the time, or the little girl in the armor,
Yeah.
And just, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it didn't feel like all that many years ago that I was walking across that stage. So to see him do it yesterday was just it was really bizarre.
Wow.
And then afterwards, Jeff and Avery and I went with Drake out to Campus Lake. They have a beautiful, beautiful woods and lake. We took a bunch of pictures out there for him. And then we, when we were walking back to the car, I was like, okay, family picture. So we stopped and grabbed that selfie. So.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, very, very cool. All right, so if anybody in chat has any questions, please type the word question and then type what that question is. And a good reminder maybe for anyone who's watching who hasn't done it yet, click the pinned link to enter the live drawing. That's how it's going to work. If you don't enter that, not going to be part of it. And then when I do the drawing, you need to type yeah, that was me when I choose your name. And also, don't forget to click liking and subscribing if you like the show and love spreading the love of True Dungeon. And speaking the love of True Dungeon, look at this photo. This is a cute one.
I don't remember when exactly that was, but it was at a local restaurant here. It might have been Mother's Day. Well, it couldn't have been last year. I don't know. It was probably just dinner one night with the family. Big week for the Martin house, actually, because Drake graduated yesterday. Avery will graduate high school next Saturday.
Wow, that is nuts, man. That I kind of feel like I remember them being small. Right?
Me too.
Yeah, you remember them being small. I mean, I have only been involved since 2016, so it hasn't been that long, but I still remember them being tiny.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Wow. Well, you speak. What a great Mother's Day thing for these beautiful children to be beginning the next phase of their lives. So you should be very proud.
Yeah, it's exciting. Exciting times in the Martin house.
Yes. Now, I've got a couple more photos of you and Jeff here. So this is this the, where's this? Do you remember?
That is in Southwest Florida.
Oh, that's right. Your new house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, so the first show that I did with you, I did from the house in Florida because I was down there when we had first bought it and set it all up and then rented it out like Airbnb type stuff. And then Hurricane Ian came and
beautiful
destroyed it. And so we're back up again, and we have a house again, and it's back renting again. So yes.
If you want to Airbnb, you can use Lori and Jeff's
and
Florida
there's
home.
A great game room with tons of board games in it. So that is in the beautiful Southwest Florida area. I think this photo was actually, I went down there with some girlfriends for my 50th birthday, and then I convinced Jeff and Avery and my dad that we should go there for spring break because I was hoping that I could convince them to love it as much as I did. I think this photo's from that trip.
Got it. All right. Well, hopefully they do like it as much as you do. And chat found it's at Drake Martin. That's the YouTube channel. That's awesome.
Okay, cool.
Perfecto. It's really funky, good stuff. So here's you guys traveling somewhere. Where's this?
Yeah, so this was last summer. Avery had a 3-week like a pre-college program at NYU. So we took her to New York, and then we thought, okay, well, we should test out this empty nest thing. So the 3 weeks that she was gone, we had all this stuff planned, one of which was a trip to Chicago. And I was in this phase where I was like, okay, when we travel, I'm going to buy yarn, and then I'm going to make something. So this was, we had found this local yarn shop. We had gone there, and we were walking back, and we just like the sky opened up, and we got completely poured on.
Oh.
And we're right by the Trib building right there. I guess.
See. I noticed that now. I was guessing Chicago. I have no idea why I was guessing, but maybe that was subliminally telling me where you were.
Yeah. So that was us last summer in Chicago.
Wow. And speaking of Chicago, what's going on here?
This is the same weekend, actually. So we had a like a box suite or whatever, I guess, and we had invited some people up for that. So when Jeff was growing up in Kewanee, his neighbors, they had like a D&D book, And I think that Jeff borrowed it from, he asked the dad if he could borrow that. And that was his like first, I believe that was his first hit of D&D. So,
First hit.
yeah. So we had invited Mr. Kelly and some of his kids who are all adults now.
Right.
And then some of my brother and my niece and her husband also came up for that. And then some other friends joined us because we had like a certain amount of tickets with that deal. So, and then as a gift to us, I didn't even know they did this, but I guess you can like buy one of the bases. And then
cool.
They switch them out like maybe they have it for like the first 4 innings, and then they switch out the bases, and then they essentially just sell these as like a commemorative thing. So that is one of the bases from the game that we went to. And we actually afterwards, the people that we had invited gave it to us as a gift, and we saw afterwards you could get them made into like a stool. So we have it next door in the warehouse, and it's a stool, but I don't want anybody to sit on it because it's got the dirt on it.
So you kept it in its pristine condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like the soaps and the towels in the bathroom? This is just a look. Don't use the soaps and the towels.
Yes, exactly. It's
Understood.
like the hand towels in the bathroom. You're not supposed to use them. They're just for looks. So
yeah,
you're not supposed to sit on it. It's just for looks. I want the official Chicago Cub dirt left on the base.
That is super cool. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, cool.
Really cool.
All right. So speaking of cool, look now. Speaking of amazing photos, here's an amazing photo.
When you showed me this for our tech check, I had never seen this. I don't know how I've never seen that. I don't know if Rob and Lori took it or somebody else took it. But
I don't think it's a selfie. It's from my phone.
Yeah.
I was just flipping through looking for something else, and then I saw this, and I was like, oh, I'll put this on the show. This is from last year's Gen Con.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, the tag. Yeah, the lanyard, I think, was from that show, The Boys or whatever. Yeah,
I believe this is last year's Gen Con.
I don't know, but it's a good picture. Two really good people and a good picture.
two really good people, if I do say so myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have another great photo of us at Game Hall when you had that makeup on. I guess I forgot to add that. I thought that would have been cool. But here is another great photo with two nice people. Do you know what's going on here? Could you explain it?
Well, I believe you're fondling my husband.
I want to just let you know that he started it. Okay? He started it.
I did. Gen Con is very stressful, but we get to a spot where we're just kind of like, everybody gets in the groove, and it's rolling along, and then, you can have some fun. So I believe this was last year at Gen Con.
Yes, it was last year at Gen Con.
Saturday night. It could have been Friday, but most likely it was Saturday because that's really when Jeff and I will both cut loose with shenanigans a bit more. So we had some friends that were doing a run, and so Jeff decided he was going to go be the pain devil or pain demon or pain devil. So he costumed up. And if you played that adventure, there was kind of a fog, like a low ground fog with this laser stuff going through it. And
right.
So he was in there as the pain devil. And then I knew that they came in and you couldn't see under the fog. You were kind of walking.
It's very thick. Yeah.
So I got under the fog and I had a stick.
Oh.
And I was, jabbing at our friends that were coming through.
That's so funny.
It was great because I could like poke them or whack them with the stick, and then I could like roll and get away from them. And they couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Oh my Lord.
The best part is everybody thought that Jeff and I were drunk because we were acting so silly.
I see.
But we weren't. We were just, we'd finally like cut the stress of this busy work week, and we were like, okay, it's going good. Our friends are in here. We're going to just, torture them a little bit. So Jeff he had a tentacle.
Yeah, he had something he was swinging.
He was like swinging it out. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And this group of friends, they were some of the earliest helpers of True Dungeon as well, if I
Yeah,
recall.
they were some of those folks that we
Right.
had moved in the past, and we're like, hey, guess what? You're going to repay us now, and you're going to
Yeah.
help us with this indie trip.
And I
Yeah.
got some very cool memorabilia and a token that I was missing
Yes,
from 2003
you met
from one
with
of these.
Tom
Yeah,
afterwards.
Tom was very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment for me. I think it was moments after this. And Rob confirmed
Yes.
this was Saturday because Rob's wife, Lori, took this photo. So
Okay.
thank you, Lori and Rob, for that. And this is, I believe, this is you with the proverbial stick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm under the fog layer, and I've got this stick,
That's
and I
great.
was whacking them. Yeah, one of our friends, I really hit him hard.
Oh, so mean.
Yeah, I gave him a really good whack right in the back of the legs.
Oh, man, can you imagine? Just what they would have thought? Holy crap. Man, that sounds abusive. But hey, they were your friends, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, we're still friends, so I guess it wasn't that abusive. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. We were just acting silly, we were like running around backstage, grabbing stuff, and it was just good, crazy, silly fun.
I love it.
And I can imagine, after everybody sees us so serious and make sure you shower, make sure you're not drunk on shift, make sure you do, we're like, here's all the rules, and then we're
Yeah.
all crazy and everything's stressful, and then all of a sudden we're like acting like complete fools. I could see why they thought we were both trashed, but we weren't. We were just
No, not trash. You're human. You're human.
We're just having fun.
And Joshua Ween, I'm going to go with Ween. He said he built that room and did the electrical for it. So really great job at doing that. Now at the beginning,
Yeah, it was an amazing room because you could not, when you walked in, you just saw that you were like wading through green
Yes.
fog.
absolutely.
And even as you're wading through, they couldn't see me under there. I had Mike and Kelly Walters go back there with me, and I'm like, okay, can you see me now? Can you see me? And they're like, no, we
you can't see
cannot
anything.
see you under there. So it's
No.
great because I could see them above me. So I could
really?
see our friends as they came in and everything. Yeah. It
Why
was great.
could you see out but we couldn't see in? Somebody needs to do
Magic, True Dungeon magic.
Yeah, somebody who's a physics major needs to tell us why that is.
Just total True Dungeon magic.
That's the answer to any question that we can't answer, for sure. I can't recall exactly, but the part of the story was we are going through the marsh or some type of whatever, and I remember when opening up the curtain and going, what? It was just, what a great feeling when I first saw that. It was an amazing room.
That was a really good room. It was cool.
And the monster coming out was normal, was amazing. I meant the normal monster, not, you hitting
Not
people
the,
and
not the
Jeff.
version.
Right, yeah. I think that was, I can't recall the name. Do you remember who the main monster, or was there more than one in that one?
It was the Pain Devil. That was Katrina and...
Kay. I knew it was Kay something.
I think
Katrina.
it was Katrina and Caitlin Fitzgerald were the Pain Devils.
I don't know if I saw Caitlin. I think I only saw the Katrina version. Okay. Either way, that was an amazing room. Now, for those people in the audience who has studied comedy or improv, or just understand the word, there's something called a callback. So I think we have not exactly a perfect callback, but we kind of have a callback here. Remember how you said that you love steak? Here is some steak. This is when you guys visited New York, and I don't know how I knew, or somehow I guess we were just, one of us was chatting, and I was like, well, how about we go grab some grub? And here we are grabbing grub.
Yeah, that's when we took Avery out to NYU for her 3-week deal, and we were able to meet up with you lovely humans and have a beautiful dinner at a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It was good.
This is my favorite steakhouse. There's a lot of good steakhouses in New York, and I love them all, but this is my most favorite one. They have a giant cow outside, like a big plastic cow, and it's called Old Homestead, and they have wonderful sides and amazing meat. So this is great. That's my wife, Jen, to the left, Jin, sounds like the drink, but spelled with a J, and you two beautiful people. So that was a good night.
Yes, it was a lovely evening.
Yeah, you know what's kind of funny? I didn't realize this until the very end. And behind us, you could see tons of people. And I remember when we got there were lots of people there. I think we closed the place down, or maybe
yeah.
Don't
you remember the guy with the broom, and he was like, "Go, go, go"?
Yeah,
no, it wasn't that bad, but they were cleaning up. They were ready to go.
I had no idea that they were closing. We were there.
It was one of those times when as you're walking out, you're kind of like, "Oh gosh, we should have gotten moving here." But yeah, it was good.
It was a really great night. Yeah, it was very, very cool. So I'm glad that you guys got to eat at my favorite restaurant. So if anyone else is visiting New York, let me know, and we'll go to my favorite restaurant, which is Old Homestead, my favorite steak place, I should say.
Again, it's the community. It's just that amazing community, and we've made friends that we probably never would have known these folks, and just it's an amazing thing. I mean, it's funny for me to watch these interviews with other folks and see the volunteer spotlight, the things that people say. Like Caitlin said something in her volunteer spotlight about, in her interview with you about, like, I guess she wasn't feeling well, and I had gone and gotten some over-the-counter medication and taken it to her, and she just thought that was so crazy that the owner, did. And I'm like, she said, "Do you remember that?" And I'm like, honestly, no, I really don't. But I said, it's just weird to me that, like, that stood out as such a big deal, because I'm thinking, what else would I have done? Like, that's just the right thing to do, Or when I was told that Katrina was in the hospital, and I went to the hospital, and and I mean, it just, you just try to be a good person, and I feel like then you're surrounded by other good people, and so to hear the stories that people have from the years and years that we've done this is just that's really the amazing thing. And that's if we ever sold or retired or whatever, that is really what I would miss. For that's what I would like to see, is that it continues, so that community continues, because they're just people who've made friends or found there's several people who met and are married now, or
and proposed in the dungeon.
I mean, just so many things like that. And it's just the community that is absolutely, to me, the best thing of the whole deal, is that for some reason it has attracted these people that are just really good people.
Why do you think that is? What is it about True Dungeon that attracts these types of people? Because I agree, the community is amazing. So it's part of the reason that I do what I do. Why True Dungeon? Why are people attracted to True Dungeon?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't. I mean, I see stuff with other conventions, and these groups are fighting about things and not getting along, and I think, man, I'm so glad we don't have any of that. And the drama is like at a bare minimum for us. And I guess maybe I should knock on wood, but I feel like we just really, it's just such a great group of people. And I wish I could say, like, well, I guess Jeff and I are just exemplary citizens, and we've attracted these other good people, but I don't think it's us. So I don't know what it is, but it's just an amazing group of people. And, we keep having new people come in, and it's like, they're just awesome people. And It's wonderful. It's just amazing to me.
I agree. I think that's an amazing point to close the show, but it looks like Chris Amir is going to slip in a final question. Let's see. Yes. Chris Amir says, question: are Martin kids interested in continuing TD after Lori and Jeff?
I don't think so. I mean, Drake's toyed with the idea, because his degree is in radio, television, and digital media, but he enjoys the filming things and editing them together. He's really big into that. So, you'd think that like what we're doing with virtual would be pretty, it's
Okay.
pretty good. It would be good for him, but he's just not really interested in it. And I feel like, they need to go find their own path. They need to find their own passions. So Avery will start college in the fall, and right now she's going to major in biology. If she's anything like me, she'll go from biology to zoology and hit every letter along the way. I changed my major a couple 100,000 times, I think.
Okay.
So who knows where she'll end up, but I mean, maybe at some point they might circle back to it, but right now, no. But we've never been that, those parents who are like, you're going to take over the family business one day. And, they've been involved all along, and Drake's coming in next week, and he's going to, do some work.
I know they help out a lot,
Yeah, they do stuff, but as far as like taking over, I don't know that that's really
in the cards.
They're I don't know that they would want to, or it's their thing. So
got it. Okay. All right. So how about we close with one final question to you? Is there anything that we did not talk about that you would like to share with the audience, or what closing thoughts would you like to share with our audience here?
Oh gosh. I mean, I just thank you. Really. I mean, it's been such a crazy ride, 20, almost 21 years now. And just thank you to everybody that plays and volunteers and is part of this crazy thing, because it's really, I don't think when we stood there in that ballroom in Indy that I would have said it would, this is going to turn into like this big part of our lives. And it's, it's like consuming of our lives. Really, it's a 7-day-a-week thing. But it's awesome because, like I said, we've made these amazing friends. We've seen relationships develop through the course of this, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. So just thank you to all of you out there that play and show up and keep showing up, and thank you to all of you.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful words. Everybody, I know you can't see the chat, but everybody's saying thank you, Lori, in the chat. And yes, thank you, Lori, very much for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to hopefully a yearly tradition with the mother of True Dungeon. We can get the latest and greatest with True Dungeon. And I thank you for your time. And please go enjoy
Thanks
the
for
rest
having me.
Of course. I'm so happy to have you on the show. It's a wonderful thing.
I'm excited to see who wins all this stuff.
Well, you can keep watching. But I'm now going to get to that. So thank you very much for Lori. Everybody wave bye to Lori. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time, Lori. All right. So that was Lori Martin, the mother of True Dungeon, an amazing human. As you know, let me try to show you this photo. Look how beautiful we both are there. She commented when I showed this to her. Sorry, you're. Let me hide you. There you go. Now you're hidden. That we could be related. So I think we do have kind of a similar cheeks there. So it would be great to be related, and I feel like they are family. Jeff and Lori are amazing. But now it is time to get to what everybody is waiting on, the drawings. All right, so this is the final warning. If you would like to be part of the must-watch live drawing, click on the link that is pinned and fill that out. I just need your name and email. And once I draw your name, I'll say, okay, Bob1234, whoever, or whatever. Are you there? And in chat, say, yes, that's me. And I'll say, you win. So that is that part of the drawing. Let me go and share my screen. Let's see here. Let me go and let me zoom in here on my website. We are first going to do this drawing here. All right, so this is drawing number 2. The first, basically everything is kind of the same except these top 3 items here. First place is going to, actually, let me explain this drawing. So this drawing is just the free drawing. This is the 7th anniversary drawing. They're both 7th anniversary drawings, but this drawing, you don't have to partake in the live show. So 3 winners here could not even be watching the show, and that's okay. So in first place, sorry, one more thing. To enter this, you just had to make a purchase from, let's see, May 14th of 2023 to May 11th, because I had to cut it off at some time, 11:59 p.m. And perhaps everybody in the chat, or you did make a purchase and you are automatically entered. There were, let's see here, 406 people. Speaking of Aaron, you said something in chat earlier. You could see I have it alphabetized in the first letter here. So Aaron, let's I hope you and well, I guess I can't say hope you win, but I hope everybody has a good chance here at winning. So 406. So now there's three prizes here. The first one, all of these things here are the same from this part all the way down, but the top 3 are what's different. The first place is a +3 Savage Sword, 3 2024 Ultra Rare PYPs, and a 10X. Second place is all the same except the top 3, Greater Gloves of the Gladiator, 2 PYPs from 2024, and a 3X. And then third place gets an Orb of Annihilation, 1 Ultra Rare 2024 PYP, and a single 2024 treasure chip. And this shirt, by the way, is designed by Snake Eyes, a big fan of the game, and he has some very cool character shirts, which you can see on the site. So let's get right to it. Here we are. So this is the wheel. This is 406 people who have made a purchase over the past year from last May 14th to May 11th. And here we go. Once this person wins, they'll be removed from the list, and then I'll spin again. So
here we go. Are we ready? That's right.
Snake Eyes, thanks for the chat. Shout out. Well, you do amazing work, buddy. All right, so now this is going to be for third place, and off we go. You got a 1 in 406 chance. Third place winner is... I'm so excited. Thomas Stewade. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. So, Mr. Thomas, I'm just going to write it down here, Steude. You have won third place in the free drawing. I'm going to remove your name. And now we are going to go to second place. The big prize here would be the Greater Gloves. Oh, hey, it's me. Oh, Tom. Oh, how do you say it? Tom. Congrats, Tom. Oh, okay. I know you as Tom. All right, not Thomas. All right, second place is Natalie Jaron. All right, so there it is. Okay, so we're going to remove Natalie. That is the second place winner. And here we go for the first place winner, which is the +3 Savage Swords, 3 2024 Ultra Rares, and a 10X treasure chip. And the winner is... John Johnson. Okay, there we go. John Johnson. All right, so that is that. So I will remove your name there. And I'm going to go back to this single screen of me here. And now I'm going to go to the drawings. So we have 121 responses here. Okay. And I'm going to fill out these people here. All right, so just talk amongst yourselves here. I'm going to, so you don't have to see this. Actually, maybe, you know what? I am going to show this. Let me click here. And I'm going to show what I'm doing here. So this is the form. This is everybody's names. So yeah, there is everybody's names. And hopefully you can see your name there. I see, and I don't see any duplicates. Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to copy this here. I'm going to go here, delete those, put those here. Okay, so it's taking its time. Come on. Sorry. Let me just refresh here. Technology, huh? Technology. Okay, so, all right, ignore that. Okay, that's not it. Ignore that. Okay. All right, don't worry, people. I'm just going to grab the names again, copy it over here, paste it here. All right, now that time worked. Okay, so now I will show that screen again. Okay, now here's the full screen. So this is, actually, one more time, this is 121 people, so that's amazing. And now we will, Logan, no. Yeah. All right, so now this is 7 prizes. So I thought maybe just 7 people would watch and then everybody would win. But sorry, a lot of people watch. All right. So, and speaking of that, thank you so much for watching the show. I definitely think I need to maybe do more giveaways. I think a lot of people, it says 116 watching. So that means that some people aren't watching, so they can't win. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out. We're going to go from 7th to 1st in reverse order. The 7th place prize is an Omni Orb. And let's see who wins number 7. Okay, Omni Orb. The winner is David Autsen. I'm sure I'm saying the name wrong. Autzen. All right, so congratulations. You win the Omni Orb. I'm going to remove your name. And now this is for 6th place. The Omni Cube. Hey! So there it is. I'm going to put a checkbox by your name. Dave, thank you. Checkbox means you have responded. Michael Young. Michael Young. Michael Young, please respond in chat that you're there. Michael Young, please respond in chat. Michael Young, there you are. You are checked. All right, checked. Got it. All right, so next up is the 5th place, which is going to be a 2024 patron pin and code. All right. Oh, it just missed Nicholas. Sean Fortier. Sean. All right, please respond in chat that you are watching live. Sean, you're welcome, Michael. I'm here. There you are. You are checked. All right, now remove. And now I'm going to 4th place. Wrong Sean. Well, good luck, Sean Hanlon. This is for the Arcanum shirt, which is one of my favorites, by the way. 4th place. James Crott. Please say that you're here, James. James Crott. James Crott. Say hello in chat. Falcor 54. Okay, Falcor 51 rather. Falcor. All right, 51. Got it. Okay, James. And now we are going to go to 3rd place. We're going to remove you. And 3rd place is a Safe Hold 5 and 5 Hireling Steward set. So it's 6 tokens. And here we go for 3rd place. Oh my God. Who's it going to be? Oh, so close. Steve Harris. Steve Harris, please in chat say that you're here. Steve Harris. There you are. I can see it. Wow, that's you, right, Steve? You're the one that said wow? I assume that's you. Okay. I will remove you. And now, this is for 2nd place. This is a big one. Safe Hold 5 and all 8 hirelings. So it's all done for you. You just grab it and go. All right, Dennis. Dennis Chitko, please respond in chat that you are here watching live. So far, we are, everybody's been here. Dennis, hey, that's me. There you are. I love that. I think that should be our thing. Hey, that's me. Okay. Okay,
folks, here it is. For all of the ones who haven't won yet, maybe this is what you were waiting on. A 2024 golden ticket that works at Gen Con or GameoCon.
Drum roll. This is for a golden ticket. A 2024 golden ticket. Who is going to win it? Belinda Matthey. Belinda Matthey. Holy shnikes. All right, Belinda, please say that you are here. If not... Holy cow, that's me. That is acceptable. Holy cow, that's me. And that is that, boys and girls. Congratulations to Tom, Natalie, John. You guys won third, second, and first. And then Dave Otson won the Omni Orb. Michael Young, Omni Cube. Sean Fortier, the Patron Pen and Code. James Crott, the Arcanum shirt, Steve Harris, the Safehold 5 and 5 Hireland Stewart set, and Dennis Chitko got the Safehold 5 and all 8 Hirelands, and Belinda Matthey with the big win, the golden ticket. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm blown away. Clearly, I need to be doing more drawings because my goal is to spread the love of True Dungeon, and if this helps, I'm going to do it because I've got plenty of tokens and I love spreading the love. And what I do know, the people who are participating and who watch the show, they are of similar ilk. In their bones, they love spreading the love of True Dungeon too. So let's all do that together. Let's spread the love of True Dungeon. Thank you very much for watching this show. If you haven't yet, please click like and subscribe and all that other stuff and tell people about the show because I really do want to spread the love. And thank you so much, everybody, in the chat. It's been amazing having you all here. And until next time, which will be, let's see, so this is May, June. Yeah, next month, I will more than likely do a show with Jeff. We're going to talk about Origins and other things that are coming up. And since you're here, I'll tell you, I think I might have mentioned this before in live. July, there's going to be a show with Peter Atkinson, the big guy of Gen Con, Wizards of the Coast, etc., etc. So that's going to be a good show in July, talking about Gen Con and how he was instrumental, very instrumental. Lori mentioned him in her story about the early days of Gen Con. And we're going to talk about all of that. So it's going to be awesome. Again, thank you very much for watching this show. And if you haven't heard me say this yet, one of my favorite things to do, or favorite things to say rather, is it's very difficult to frown when you're smiling. So please smile.